I do see my approval rating is slipping a little bit, though. How about a tavern? Nothing says approval rating like booze. Go ahead and... Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here today, playing Tropico 6. I am excited for this one. I've done a fair bit of Tropico in the past. I'm a fan of the franchise. I like the Tropico series, so I was very excited to get my hands on this one. Really, really solid city builder with a very healthy sense of humor attached to it, and I do like a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. So I've been keeping my eye on Tropico 6 for quite some time, and very excited to get my hands on it finally. This is, as you can see up here, still in the beta. This is the beta version of Tropico 6. I did receive a key from this from the developers, so thank you very much to those folks for that. Very, very nice to get my hands on this a little bit early. It does come out, I believe, March 29th. It will be released, and I did leave a link to the Steam page down below if you want to check out Tropico 6 for yourself. But right now, I want to get stuck right into some of this. Now, prior to recording this, I did the tutorial, which is a very extensive tutorial, by the way. It's a long, very in-depth tutorial. You really can't have any excuse if you can't get the hang of Tropico 6 after the tutorial, although I'm sure I'll fail miserably. That's kind of what we do here at the wee hours. And I did, probably about another 2 hours of just sandbox mode. Basically got through the first era of Tropico. So that's what I've done prior to this. Anything after that is going to be virgin territory to me. So let's get stuck into some Tropico 6. I am really anticipating having some fun with this one. But first we must create the vision of El Presidente. Yes, the man who will lead Tropico to greatness, to prosperity, to benevolent dictatorship, mostly. It's all me. I'm a complete dictator. But benevolent, nonetheless. What can we do? There's a lot of customization. Mafia? No, not really feeling that. Business? I've always liked the soldier one in Tropico, but I don't know if it's really singing to me today. Pirate is locked until we complete a mission, as is Pharaoh. Pharaoh with a t-shirt, apparently. It's kind of a Pharaoh t-shirt going on there. Oh, 70s. Oh, hang on. Do you get you get like a trench coaty kind of thing. Not really a trench coat, a pea coat, really, but oh yeah, I like that, especially with the red shirt. You know what? That's a power outfit right there. That's a man who is in charge. I don't like the goatee, though. What else could we do with that? Ah, yes, nothing says Tropico like a pencil-thin mustache. Absolutely. You need a cigar. You have to have a cigar. There we go, cigar. Pilot shades, the hair can stay. Yeah. That's the man who's going to lead Tropico into the future right there. That is El Presidente. And we also have to design El Presidente's palace, which I thought was really neat. I like the level of customization that I can do to my own house. So how about the path? What if we could do red carpet, little movie star action here, yellow brick road. There we go. That is nice. How about a nice boundary? Plastered wall, light military, that's fine. Heavy military, that's locked until we get into another era, but you know what? I am a friend of the people. I don't want to build fences, I want to build bridges. Victorian style. Very, very nice. What could we have in our garden? Oh, a sandbox. No, we're not encouraging children. Hedge maze. Yes. Possibly people who don't agree with our regime may go to the hedge maze. That may happen. What else? Oh, a fish tank. Do I want a fish tank? Kind of, but I'd rather have a rooftop garden. Can we see that a little better? There we go. There we go. Rooftop garden with a nice little spa pool up there. That's cool. Oh, what do we want to do for our decoration here? Mostly plants. Mostly plants. Air dancer. Oh, yes. Yes, thank you. Locked till modern times, but we're definitely looking at that later. For right now, we'll just go with flags. Flags is fine. Ooh, what else could we have in hedges? Ponds? Yeah, a little pond right by the hedge maze, just in case somebody needs to get drowned for not agreeing with me. And how about the palace itself? Oh, window styles. Yes, please. Yeah, I like those archway ones. I like the red. I'm keeping the red. That's my palace right there. That's where I live. That's where I benevolently dictatorship all over this place. Oh yeah, very good. Cool. Let's play some Tropico. So obviously still in beta, a lot of the sandbox maps are locked out right now. Not available in beta, not available in beta, etc, etc, etc. But we've got still a bunch to choose from. A lot more islandy than I remember Tropico. I mean, Tropico is an island, but a lot more islands, numerous islands, as it were. I'm just kind of looking for something that's going to have a decent build area. Destrozado looks pretty good, and what do we got here? Sort of middling range. Foreign aid fair, Caribbean happiness moderate, political difficulty fair, everything's sort of mid-difficulty. That's fine. Lluvia intensa. Yeah, what am I going to do with that volcano, though, apart from wait for it to explode? Oh, that looks really hilly, not really... That's nice. That's actually really, really pretty. I would like to personally live there in the real world, but, again, build area. Build area, build area. Oh, that's just... Acts of God. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm never going there. I'm not going to an island with a huge volcano in the middle of it that's called Acts of God. And that has basically no build area. That's a challenge and a half. I'll have to look at that later. Now, this is a little more typical. This is more what I expect, sort of one large mass and a little bit of an island. Let's give me back to Destrozado. Where was Destrozado? I think that's a fair start. A lot of little islands, some build area, a little hilly, but I'm going to learn to live with it. Yeah, let's go to Destrozado. Let us forge the future of Tropico with El Presidente. Let us create the benevolent society that will be a shining beacon to the rest of the world. Or at least it will be a shining beacon once we get out from under the heel of jackbooted colonialists like the British, because we're still in the colonial era. We don't technically own Tropico yet, but we will if we attract some revolutionaries here. So what do we got to start with here? We have some basic plantation that's growing corn. We probably have all the fundamentals. Yeah, construction office, a chapel, a teamster's office. They're going to haul goods back and forth. Those are pretty darn important. My Imperial palace over here. I mean, the palace of benevolent dictatorship with my hedge maze. Don't mess with me. You go to the hedge maze. And some houses and bunk houses. Okay, all the fundamentals are basically here. And of course the port, the dock. That's where everything's going to happen eventually, because things got to get in and out. I'm not crazy about the plantation being right in the middle of the city. That's a lot of build area, but that's fine. That's fine. So my only experience with Tropico 6 is the colonial area is fantastic for building up basic infrastructure and not much else. A ton of stuff right now, if we go to the build menu, is going to be locked out to me. So I can do some of the basics here, but all of this stuff is either locked to later eras or locked past the colonial era, period. So there's only a few things we're going to be able to do, but it's a great time to get my basic infrastructure in place here in beautiful Tropico, so that when we do free ourselves from the jackbooted colonialists, we will be ready to go. Luxury entertainment. Oh, I could buy an opera house. Little early for an opera house, I think. Little early. Could get a library going, though. That will get me research points. That's good. I'm just kind of bouncing around at the moment. Let's start with some very, very fundamentals. What have I got to play with here? Let me go to my overlays. So down here, overlays. Alright, well, pollution is obviously a non-issue right now. The things that I want to look at are crops. Okay, so corn is going to go well in the bright green. See, they put a corn plantation in the wrong place. I could demo it. A little constructive explosions is good for the people. They like that. It shows that things are getting done around here. So if I wanted to grow, say, sugar, oh, that's going to grow best up here, or cocoa. Again, up there, tobacco. Ooh, not a good spot for tobacco around here. Bananas. Okay, bananas. Now we're talking. We can get some food going on here, people. You don't worry, citizens of Tropico. I will feed you with bananas and not much else, because pineapples don't grow really well around here. And I hope you're not super keen on coffee like me, because we're going to have to get way up into the hills to do anything with that. Cotton. Wow, it's not a fertile land where we are. Anyway, we're going to have to move up into the hills. What do we got for the rest of the area? Oh, look at all these islands. So many islands to play with. Corn grow any better anywhere else? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll have to move around. That's super. I want to, and also look at resources. Ooh, we got all sorts of stuff in here. We got some good resources on the main island. What do we got? Coal? Yep. And iron? Yep. Probably don't have any gold. No, is there any gold anywhere? Ooh, there's a whole gold island over here. It's a whole island full of gold. Oh, citizens of Tropico. Citizens of Tropico, we will be a wealthy nation. A shining beacon, and by shining I mean full of gold. Do we have uranium? At all? Yes. No. We've got cave paintings. That's weird. Okay, no uranium. Alright, well, we're going to have to import all of our uranium. Aluminum, no. Nickel, none of these are... Oh, how about oil? That'd be super important to know. Not so much on the oil. Okay, alright, well, we're basically based in metals. That's fine. Good fishing spots around here, but coal, iron, and gold we can definitely do. Sweet. Well, I promised the citizens of Tropico bananas, and I mean to deliver on that. Food and resources. Give me a plantation, please. And make that plantation full of bananas. Yes, all the bananas live here. Let's get that... I don't want that too close to the Imperial Palace. I don't really need to look at the bananas. But let's get that sort of... Ooh, I don't know... there-ish? Yes, let's do that. And then right up the street here... I'm sorry, there's not actually a street yet. Now, citizens of Tropico, I noticed you have built tiny little shacks in the way of progress. Because you're not going to be able to get to the plantation mines. David Diaz, if indeed that is your real name, you are going to the construction site to build the plantation. That's wonderful, David. I bet you wish you had a road there. Unfortunately, these shameless citizens taking advantage of my generosity have placed a road, or rather placed their houses in the middle of the road. Progress here in Tropico must be maintained. There. Sorry, but that's progress for you. Now, that being done... Don't put houses in the middle of my road. You're standing in the way of progress. That being done, I think right up what will be the street was some coal mines. So what if we put a mine for coal right there? Yes, we must bring ourselves into the modern age, people. And that means coal. Well, it was modern in the colonial era anyway. Oh, you're already cranking along on that plantation. Cool. I will provide you benevolently with a road that goes to the coal mine. There we go. There we go. Now you can build that too. And you will have jobs and prosperity, and you will be a beacon, a shining beacon, eventually full of gold when we get over to this other island that's full of gold. With a little rocky over there. Hope we can get a bridge over there. We will be a shining beacon. Anyway, shining beacon full of gold eventually, but right now we have to master bananas. And the little trade icon is popping up at me. Why do you want to let me know about things? Do we have an active trade route? Not yet, but we do. The only thing that I've really found about trade in Tropico 6, just sort of bumming around with it and messing around with it, trade seems to be a little more, not simplified, but easier to understand. I always found the trade to be a little weird and nebulous in the Tropico series, and this seems to be much easier to comprehend. So I have one available trade route right now. I could buy another one. I don't really feel the need to do that. We're not producing much at the moment. And we have trade route offers. Very, very straightforward. So not a whole lot of people we can trade with, what with it being the colonial era. We can either trade with smugglers or the British, the Crown, our imperialist jackbooted masters, the British, but they will pay for cotton. Not much, but they will pay for cotton. I feel we should probably do that. I don't want to import anything because this is Tropico. Everything we need is here for our citizens. We do not have to go begging, hat in hand, to our colonial masters because all the riches of the earth are here in Tropico. However, I would like to sell the British some meat. So, yes, 650 units of meat. We're going to get a little bit extra for that, so 5% above standard. Yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, sign that contract. I'm fine. You don't need to show those confirmation pop-ups again. Cool, thank you. All right, we're selling meat to the British, eventually. Do we have meat? I may have written a check that Tropico can't cash, or vice versa, as the case may be. Do we actually have meat? I don't think we actually have a ranch anywhere. What are you again? You're the Teamster's office, and you're just houses and stuff. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Speaking of houses, how's our housing rate? I noticed that some citizens have taken it upon themselves to start building more shacks. That is not okay. I will provide everything Tropico needs. You do not need to do that yourself. But just give me an idea. Where are we at with population? Homeless citizens 22. Okay, and unemployed citizens 28. Unacceptable. That is not true. We have full employment here in Tropico. Full employment at all times. There are no unemployed citizens here. They're just citizens that haven't shown up to work yet. But we could do some houses. Some houses would be nice. Real houses, not these shacks they're putting down. What do I have available? Country house, bunkhouse, and I could buy the blueprints for a mansion. I don't feel we're at mansion yet. We must walk before we can run, Tropico. But I will put down a bunkhouse. Perhaps not quite by the Imperial Palace. I'm not saying I don't love our citizens. I'm just saying maybe you don't need to live right by the Imperial Palace. So bunkhouse for you, and another bunkhouse for you. There you go. Maybe not within eyeshot of the Imperial Palace. Oh, the plantation is already going. See what I provide for you, Tropico. You see what I provide. Look at this. There's already 8 employed people at the banana house. Plantation, whatever. Revolutionary demand. I ask myself, Governor, do the ends justify being mean? People have taken this to heart. You would like me to have a pirate cove, and Sofia Ortega, I could not agree more. I could not agree more. I was actually planning on building one when I was done with those bunkhouses, Sophia, so way ahead of you there. Now, this is time sensitive. We have 172 days to build a pirate cove, and rewards... Oh, choice of rewards, 10 revolutionary immigrants. We must attract more like-minded revolutionary people here to Tropico, or $2,000, or a random blueprint. That's really good. But we must free ourselves from the jackbooted imperialist British, so we kind of need the revolutionary immigrants because, you know, revolution, jackbooted imperialists, and we're gonna lose standing with the revolutionaries if we don't do this in time. You don't worry about that, Sofia Ortega. I was planning on doing that anyway, because the Pirate Cove and like-minded buildings are freaking awesome. So yes, I will happily accept that.
Always more.
And our jackbooted imperialist masters have shown up with a demand. Fulfill an export trade with the Crown. No problem, Lord Roger. Already set one up with you. Just wait for the boat. It's on a boat. We're sending you meat that we don't actually have. But we're sending you the concept of meat and hoping that you're going to pay for it. So, yes, we will absolutely do that because we're already in the process of doing it. You just gotta wait for the boat to go back and forth, Lord Roger. And we could, what are our rewards? $2,000? Neat. Extend the mandate time by 18 months. So, this is my limited experience in Tropico 6. And again, ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay. But extending the mandate just means longer colonial rule. Doesn't sound like a great idea, but what I did find in my own little bumming around with this, messing around with this, it's not actually the worst idea in the world because it gives you more time to set up basic infrastructure before we're kind of on our own, so to speak. So I'll have a think about that. I did, when I was messing around with this on myself, I kind of kept that going. We got many more years of Imperial rule, but boy, I had a heck of a city set up by the time we did have a revolution. Probably won't do that too much, but we'll think about it. We'll have a think. So yeah, long story short, Lord Roger, the concept of meat from the benevolent dictatorship of Tropico is on its way. Just wait for the boat, man. Just wait for the boat. Now, the Pirate Cove, that's a whole other kettle of fish. Boy, do I want a Pirate Cove. Yes, I absolutely do. Remind me where that lives again. I don't immediately remember. Tourism, public service, raids and military. There we go. Raids and military, Pirate Cove. Send pirates on raids to loot resources or people, or on a heist to acquire a landmark. Yeah, we're gonna go steal other things, like world wonders from other countries, and, well, steal is a loose term. Steal is not even the right term. We are going to liberate other world wonders from other countries, and have them here. So Pirate Cove obviously has to be on the beach. Kinda don't want that beach because that screams tourist area later. Can I put it on the rocks? No. That's a shame. That would be perfect. It even looks piratey around there. I feel there should be pirates over there. Okay, well, what if we put the pirate cove, like, way off here somewhere? Sort of out of the way, if you will. There we go. It likes to live there. Cool. And what? Oh, that's one of the boats. Okay, no problem. Probably go ahead and get you a road going on. Can't stand in the way of progress, even when they're pirates. Alright, there. And I always like the road building in Tropico, because it's just sort of willy-nilly as it feels. No straight lines if you don't want them. I know, that's a tiny little thing, but if you've watched the wee hours at all, I'm really finicky about my city builders. I like them to look organic and natural and real and not gritty or blocky or hard 90-degree angles if I don't want them. I think it makes sense here in the middle of the high street, I guess, if you will, the center of town. But out here by the plantations and the coal mines, a little more freeform. Speaking of plantations, we should get some more food going on here. People like food, and I like to supply them with food. I have given you bananas, people of Tropico. I will continue to give you even more. What else could we get going? Give me... Oh, you know what we need? A ranch, so we can actually have meat. So when I say I'm going to sell meat to the British, I actually have meat to sell. Yeah, that's we're gonna have a good location here. Cattle, sheep, crocodile. Apparently, I can have a crocodile farm. I've never been happier. This is wonderful. Pigs, llamas, goats. Okay. I desperately want a crocodile farm. I want a crocodile farm right in the middle of my palace. I would absolutely do that if I were a benevolent dictator of Tropico. Crocodile farm right in the middle of the palace, possibly in the middle of the hedge maze. However, I must supply the needs of the people. So let's just have a simple cattle ranch. That could live right here. That's a good spot for it. And how are we doing on our homeless citizens? Down to 15. You see what I do for you, people of Tropico. Homelessness almost eradicated within our lifetime. Actually, within about the first year, we've almost eradicated homelessness. But let's get some more houses going. I can't spend infinite money, though. I do have to keep a little bit of an eye on that. But you can have a bunkhouse there, and then how about a little country house? That only holds 2 people, but... Oh, can I squeeze that right in there? Perfect. All right, you guys work on the cattle ranch, and if you're very good, I'll transfer you to the crocodile ranch later. And the other thing that I wanted to do as sort of a fundamental infrastructure is get a library down, because we need to start accumulating research points. The Tropico Brain Trust are the brightest minds in the world. We must give them a place where they can do research for me. Now, the library... I'm very sorry, people of Tropico have put a shack up down here, but the library can definitely live next to the Imperial Palace. Boom! There we go. Once that's done, we can actually start generating some research points, and we can do some research. Not a heck of a lot we can do in the colonial era, obviously, but we could research advanced boat services, upkeep of Teamster ports, tourist ports, and docks by 50%. Penal Colony increases the immigration rate. However, there's a really high chance they're going to be criminals. That's what Penal Colony means. Free housing? Free housing? What do you mean by free? What is this word free you keep talking about here? Subsidizes the rent for all Tropicans. Decreases capitalist standing. No, what this free thing? Child allowances. Need to cost 3 per child per month. I can't just be giving away money. I'm trying to establish the most important country on the planet. A shining beacon, may I remind you. Can't just be handing out money to kids just because they walked by the Imperial Palace. No. Oh, quest complete, Sophia Ortega. I did indeed build a pirate cove. I was planning on doing it anyway. Thank you, Sophia. Now, what do I want from her? 10 revolutionary immigrants would be good. But so would a random blueprint. That would be super good, because the blueprints aren't cheap to build new buildings. I could live without the $2,000. That's fine. Let's start the immigrant process going, because we must attract like-minded revolutionaries to our cause, And then maybe if she gives me another quest, I'll go for the blueprint. I think we've got enough to build right now that I don't need a brand new building. Yes, Sophia, send like-minded revolutionaries blessed with the concepts of freedom, equality, and justice, and putting money in my Swiss bank account to Tropico. There we go. Okay, revolutionaries on their way, but more importantly, Pirate Cove. Pirate Cove, Pirate Cove. Raids. Yes, please. We have not accumulated any raid points yet. As I understand it, my base understanding is just the pirates sitting there will begin to accumulate pirate points, raid points, and then we can send them to do things like heist Stonehenge. It's 5,000 raid points. I kind of want to throw that on the queue. We're getting Stonehenge. I don't care that we don't have any raid points right now. Is anyone actually working here? Oh, just one pirate. We have a single pirate, Pedro. Pedro, good man. Good man. We need some people. We need some population here, because I need more pirates. Oh, Pedro and Juan and Raphael. Oh, yes, we have 4 pirates. Pedro, you are a team leader here. Look at you go. You've attracted Juan and Raphael and Monica. Monica, what's your deal? Talk to me, Monica. You, what's your happiness like? Oh, you're well-fed. Of course you are. You live in Tropico. Of course you're well-fed. Someday we may even have crocodile meat. Oh, you like your liberty? Well, of course. Tropico is a land of freedom, and largely free of crime right now. You're not crazy about your housing. Are you one of the people who put up those shacks that I demolished in the name of progress? Because I replaced them with nicer houses, and a cattle ranch. What are your thoughts? No lactation without pasteurization. That's a concept we can all get down with, yep. I'm not homeless, I'm a full-time house hunter. You were one of the people who put up a shack and I demoed it. Okay, and you've got to make money by hook or by crook. Well, you are a pirate. Let me just go back to raids. Yeah, I'm going to keep that queued up. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a really, really long time to get that going, but I desperately want to put Stonehenge here. Not steal it, as I've said. I'm going to liberate Stonehenge from our jackbooted imperialist masters and repatriate it where it belongs, here in Tropico. Of Penultimo, my most favored and blessed advisor. I do like you, Penultimo. You and I share the same pencil-thin mustache, and I appreciate that about you, that you choose to imitate me. You would like me to decrease the unemployment rate to 7%. We have no unemployment here, Penultimo. We just have people who are on their way to work. It's just taking longer. So I will happily put up more places for people to be employed, not because we have unemployment now, Penultimo, but because more people will flock to Tropico and they will need somewhere to work. I will accept that, Penultimo. Thank you very much. Now, because this came up as sort of a pre-comment in the Wee Hours Discord about people saying, well, I'm not crazy about Tropico because it's too, quest-driven and focus-driven. I can deactivate all the guidance tasks. I can just turn Penultimo off, essentially, and make him go away and just play this completely sandbox. But, there's rewards for this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And every now and then, Penultimo comes up and says, hey, you should probably be doing this thing. And I say, hey, you know what, Penultimo, you're actually kind of right about that. That's probably a good thing for me to be doing. So, we need more jobs. Well, you know what? The very first thing I'm going to do, because I am a benevolent leader and I love my people, is I'm going to bless them with some entertainment. I think this town needs a tavern. $1,200. Yeah, that's fine for right now. I do see my approval rating is slipping a little bit, though. How about a tavern? Nothing says approval rating like booze. Go ahead and slap that down there. That'll give places for, I think, a couple of people to work. And let's keep the food going. Again, the colonial era is great for getting basic infrastructure down. Let's see. We've put up cattle, and we've put up bananas, and we have corn. What other food could we put up? So if I put up, say, a coconut harvester. We must have coconuts here in Tropico somewhere. Yes, look, there's tons of them over here. Coconut harvester, right by the Pirate Cove. That makes sense. Well, Sophia is back, and once again, she's a day late and a banana short. She wants me to build a library. Sophia, I am already building a library. This is pretty much this is an easier quest than the Pirate Cove, Sophia. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I am genuinely building one right now. In fact, it's right behind you. It's right behind your character portrait. Sophia, I feel you need to get out into the streets and see the people more. You're too close-minded, Sophia. Yes, I will happily accept that, seeing as I'm doing it right now. It's right here, Sophia. It's under construction. That's what the little crane icon means here in Tropico. So chill, Sophia. Don't make me take you to the crocodile farm. We're working on it. We're working on it. Actually, we're working on a little bit too much. This is inherently what I do in Tropico. I get all these buildings going, and I don't have anyone to build them. We only have the one construction office, right? Yeah. There's only 6 people building buildings in Tropico. Ah, well, you know what? You know what? We can help with the unemployment issue there. We can make something happen along those lines. What if we put another construction office and probably a Teamster's office somewhere up in here? Because all the bananas and cattle and coconuts and all that nonsense, they're going to need to get shipped around. And the Teamster's office is way down here. Yeah, here's my plan. I mean, I'm going to add yet more construction, so that's not really going to work out. But I would like to have Tropico. I would like a construction office here. And I would like a Teamster's office up here. That's always a handy combination in my experience. So, yeah, put that in there. And I also want to... Where did I draw the road up here? Right there? I want to loop this road around. Sort of... How am I going to do this here? Not like that. How about if we took it here and here? I want to loop this all the way around to here. Yeah, give me a little space there. I can throw some houses in there, maybe. There we go. That way people can kind of get around a little bit easier. And by people, I largely mean the wonderfully hardworking citizens of the Teamster's office and the construction office. And the Pirate Cove can just kind of hang out there and eat coconuts and slowly build up raid points until we go liberate Stonehenge from our jackbooted imperialist masters and repatriate it here to Tropico. And let me just see how happy our citizens are. I noticed some of these numbers are not 100. I don't know why. They live in Tropico. All of these numbers should be 100. Food? You're unhappy with your food? Nobody has died by starvation. That's a big fat 0. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Catering? We have catering? Really? Can I get things catered to the Imperial Palace? Huh, that'd be neat. Healthcare? Alright, so I will say that we don't actually have any healthcare services at this time. However, that is clearly the fault of our jackbooted imperialist masters for not providing us with the doctors that we need. It is not the fault of El Presidente. Now, fun, I'm building you a pub. I am building you a pub, and I'm making money from that pub. And well, alright, we don't... You know what? Faith happiness is a little low. We have one chapel. You need to have faith in the wonderful state of Tropico. Faith in yourselves. That's what you need to have. Everything else is a little bit low. You are quite keen on liberty, though. Quite keen on that. Good, good. I appreciate that, because Tropico is a land of liberty. It's a land of freedom. It's a land of bananas and eventually crocodiles. And that's probably where we'll leave it on Tropico 6 for right now. We'll definitely come back to this. I do like Tropico a lot. It's a fun game to play and a very, very solid city builder by itself. But the humor just kind of kicks it up a notch for me. But we'll come back to some more Tropico 6 next time. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. If you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button to see more of this ridiculous nonsense. Till then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.